Alrighty, CapnBart and myself are out here in the woods down by the big creek. At least that's what we call it. We're in a, I guess you'd call it kind of a log jam area. And we hiked in a ways, but we're thinking about setting up a fire and cooking some lunch right around in this area. We got this tree here for a seat and to set our gear on and stuff. And plenty of dead firewood all over the place. We got water. We're not going to drink it, but even if we purified it, it still wouldn't be good to drink. And in fact, right down that area down there, we've seen a something got a deer, probably a coyote, we're thinking, that tore a deer apart. Well, all we found was the fur and the leg, and that was it. So, but we're going to get ready and try to set up a fire somewhere in this area and get lunch on the go.
Not making no noise here.
Alrighty, fire's dying down.
Being quiet.
Coffee's off. We decided, I've been standing in this friggin' mud for half hour now, and I put a log down to try to make it a little better, but it don't help much. We're letting the fire die. We're saving some of that wood to take over yonder, up between them, the crotch of them two trees, and we're gonna have a little fire there, and that way we'll have a couple seats, place to have our hammocks, and we still got access to all this wood and water to wash our stuff up with. But we just took some summer sausage, if I can speak, and I roasted mine in the fire, put a little provolone on there, and a King Hawaiian sweet roll.
That is some good.
And some coffee, black coffee. So we get done eating here, we're gonna pack up and head over that way. And we'll shoot some videos over there. We might try to do some projects or something. Alright everybody. We moved from over there. Like we said, we were sitting on the other end of this log that I'm sitting on. And got a little fire going. Got these nice logs to sit on. And Bart's eating his raw, but we got summer sausage, and I'm roasting up some real quick. Heating it up, and then we got a couple of these bad boys. Oh, that's open. King's Hawaiian rolls, sweet rolls. They're really awesome. Yes, and then I've been putting a slice of provolone on it, and then with the summer sausage, and it is really, really good. The whole meal cost under, what, 15 bucks, something like that?
It was 12 something.
Yeah, 12 something. For a big, summer sausage, 2 of these packs of rolls, which there's 4 in a pack, and a pack of provolone.
I think this was a 8 or 12 ounce log of beef, about yay big.
Yeah.
A little over half consumed, and you can't see it real well in the zippy bag. And the rolls were like a
10 for 10, weren't they?
Yeah, $1
no, that's
for 4.
these.
Yeah, $1 for 4. We got 2. So this was 5. That's 7. And then the cheese was like $5. So with tax, yeah, about 12 and a half, $12.60, something like that.
So here in a minute, I'm gonna have me a hot summer sausage, a couple of them little guys, and then on the roll with the provolone. I got coffee waiting for me, and we got a nice little setup here. We're just talking how this would be a nice camp out spot, and if we have more people, we got another area right out here where there's a big log there, another log here.
Go swanging.
Plenty of dead wood, plenty of trees to hang from in a hammock, and but we were talking about gear and about how there is no perfect gear. I think a lot of people do the search for the holy grail of kit, that one piece of kit of every category that just really suits them, and they think is going to be perfect. And oh dear God, that stick is hot. I guess it should be, since it was over the fire.
It was over the fire, so what's the worst that could go wrong?
That's what we were talking about, and everybody thinks there's like one perfect piece of kit, one backpack or one knife that's just the one, and that's the one they're going to use. it's not really a matter of the perfect kit that's going to be an all-time favorite. It's more of a all-time favorite for right now. You know what I mean? So it's more or less, you know, what works for you now. And we're also talking about, you know, if you got tons of kit like we both do, we both are gear whores. And
guilty. Hi, my name's Bart. I'm a gear whore. Hi, Bart.
and we both, you know, have tons. I have more backpacks than I'll ever use. Half of them I don't use. Right now there's 2 backpacks that I use on a regular basis. The rest are just sitting in a closet. Same with knives. I got more knives than I ever use. Customs too. I mean, most of my knives are customs. And you know, it's nice to have some nice kit, but at the same time, don't put so much into it that it's going to be the kit as much as, you know, what works for you right now.
Because that's going to make you an armchair bushcrafter as opposed to an out in the woods bushcrafter.
Exactly, an armchair elitist.
Oy.
And
knives are real good for that.
yeah, there's a lot of guys that aren't into bushcraft, but they're into knives.
Oh boy.
So, but yeah, I mean, the one thing I like to do is if I'm not using something, or if I've used it and I don't like it so much, you know, trade it. I don't sell stuff as much as I trade stuff. I'd rather take something I don't really, you know, use as much, trade it to somebody who's trading me something that I'll like, and they'll get something they like. You know what I mean? So it's
or at least something you haven't used yet.
Right.
Something new to you. May not be new in the world, might be new to you.
So I mean, instead of being on the search for the perfect kit or the grayling, as a lot of people call it, you know, just use what you got and make do. I mean, you know, a lot of, like, I'm using my coffee pot down here is not, you know, a Morse pot or anything like that. It's a coffee can that coffee came in. I think I spent maybe $2 on that with it full of coffee. So I got to drink the coffee, and now I'm using the can as my pot. So I mean, it doesn't have to be. You don't have to break your bank to get gear. That cost me maybe $2 for the coffee, the can, and all, and then an old coat hanger bent up to make the hanger for it, and that's it. And it's been a really good pot for me. Makes about 2 cups, and that's about all I drink at a time. So, I mean, it's just stuff like that. You don't need the best of everything. It's fun, you know. It's fun to try different kit and stuff like that. But
if you want to deck out with everything, go for it.
Right.
That's not. I said this in my video, and maybe we can get the videos linked one way or the other. But we're not saying don't buy stuff. We're not anti-consumer. We're not being that way. This is more from a viewpoint of we're sitting on top of $12, $15, $2,000 worth of custom knives, $8,000, $9,000, $1,000 worth of backpacks, and you're only using 1 bag or
Right.
2 bags.
I've got bags I paid probably $150 for, a good Kelty large backpack, and I've used it once, and it just sits in my basement in a cabinet. So I mean, it's stuff like that I went and spent all this money on, and I don't use it. You know, you always think, especially people like us that love to gather and collect gear, that it's like, you know, I have to have the best everything. And, you know, when something new comes out, I have to jump on the bandwagon and get it. It's not necessarily like that. You can, you know, like a Mora. A Mora is a great knife. It's cheap. It's expendable. You break it or you lose it, you're not out much. As opposed to something like...
Your Jat.
Right, I don't know where I put my Jat, by the way. Oh, it's right here in my sheath. This Jat Woodlore clone cost me roughly, I think, about $180 a couple years ago. Now it's a great knife. Don't think I'm belittling it. It's a great knife, or else I wouldn't be carrying it. But is it really that different from a Mora? I mean, it's the same blade shape. Granted, it's different steel, but they're both good steels. They're both the same grind. You know, this one's got wood handles. They got mostly plastic, but they do the same function and pretty much the same way. I mean, this Scandi grind has been cut a lot better than one Scandi grind. So, you know, it's just, you don't always have to have the best of everything. If you want the best of everything, go ahead and do it. But, you know, anyway, I'm not going to ramble on anymore. But
That's what I did. I rambled.
anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get my coffee going because I really want some more coffee. Get me a couple sandwiches eaten and see if we can't find something to do right quick before it starts getting dark. Alrighty. My carelessness, my gloves got a little bit wet when I was washing my pot in the creek. And I took a couple sticks and I stuck them in the ground to try to dry my gloves off.
Fail.
And one of the sticks, I was turned around over here looking at my gear and putting some stuff away. And one of the sticks fell over and melted the one glove. And so I threw the other one in by contrast because what the hell am I going to do with this spare glove?
I got nothing.
So while that burns away, I'm going to finish packing up my kit. And we're over here. Yeah, that kind of plays havoc with the lungs, don't it?
Yep.
Bart took and we're planning on having this as another campsite because we got tons of dead wood. We got access to the water for if we need anything for water, not to drink, but you know, to clean with or whatever. We got a nice log for sitting on, and we found some of these limestone, sandstone rocks, and we're making a little fire pit with them. This log right here is going to be gone, by the way. But there's plenty of places down in here to hang hammocks from. A nice, fairly level spot down in here to set a tent up at. And like I said, plenty of dead dry wood. That's the important thing. So you may see us camping down here in the future.
The near future, I hope.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, we're getting ready packed up. He's already packed up.
He's like that.
I got to gather all my crap over there. I kind of had it spewed everywhere. So that's gonna be that. Oh, and we found a skull down here.
You didn't do anything with the bone either.
No. There's what's left of the skull. It kind of split in half. The other half's in here somewhere. And on the way out, I'm going to try to film. Did that melt to the stick?
Yeah. Ugh. Burning the melon sucks.
I'm going to try to film the remains of the deer we found. There's nothing left but hair and a leg. Part of a leg. So
like from the hip joint, or yeah, the socket of the hip, or the ball of the hip joint down.
Yeah, and so that's that for now, and then I'll get back with you on our way out. All right, guys, as we walked in here, we're on our way out now, but we come past this big mess of what we thought at first it might be feathers, but it turns out it's hair or fur, and there's more up in here. Right there, but then on our way back down we found this guy, and so we know it's a deer kill, or probably coyote killed it, or natural causes and something tore it apart. But more fur down there, and it's just scattered fur everywhere. So possibly what I'm thinking is they might have killed it, dropped it, and you can see they drug it up here or drug it down, one of the two. On this little draw here, and probably one of them started fighting over it, and they drug, you know, the alpha drug it the rest of the way out. But just on our way out, and thought I'd share. So